We hope you enjoy this SE Hinton audio interview. This interview is from the Outsiders fan club, a website. http://outsidersfanclub.weebly.com.
You were a 16-year-old high school student in Oklahoma when you wrote The Outsiders. Where did you get the idea for the story?
I was actually 15 when I first began it. It was the year I was 16 and a junior in high school that I did the majority of the work. That year I made a D in creative writing. One day a friend of mine was walking home from school and these nice kids jumped out of a car and beat him up because they didn't like his being a greaser. This made me mad and I just went home and started pounding out a story about this boy who was beaten up while he was walking home from the movies, the beginning of The Outsiders. I was just something to let off steam. I didn't have any grand design. I just sat down and started writing it. I look back and I think it was totally written in my subconscious or something.
So was there a real-life Ponyboy? A real Johnny?
Ponyboy's gang was inspired by a true-life gang, the members of which were very dear to me. Later, all the gang members I hung out with were sure they were in the book but they aren't. I guess it's because these characters are really kind of universal without losing their individuality.
How did you turn that inspiration for a story into such memorable characters?
When I write, an interesting transformation takes place. I go from thinking about my narrator to being him. A lot of Ponyboy's thoughts are my thoughts. He's probably the closest I've come to putting myself into a character. He has a lot of freedom, true blue friends, people he loves and who love him. The things that are important to him are the things that are important to me. I think Ponyboy and Soda and Derry come out better than the rest of them because they have their love for one another.
What were you like as a teenager? Were you a greaser, a suck?
I was a tomboy. I played football. My close friends were guys. Fortunately, I was born without the need to belong gene, the gene that says you have to be in a little group to feel secure. I never wanted to be classified as anything, nor did I ever join anything for fear of losing my individuality. I didn't even realize that these guys, who were my good friends, were greasers until one day we were walking down the street and some guys came and yelled, "Greaser." It's funny to look back at people you've known your whole life, to suddenly see them as everyone else sees them, with their slicked back hair and cigarettes hanging out of their mouths and their black leather jackets, and respond, "My God, they're hoods." You knew them and they're not hoods, but they just look like hoods. I had friends on the rich side of town, too, and saw that they had their share of problems, also.